Hi, this is Kathy Gould, and we're going to touch a little on warming your horse up. Again, every horse is different. Some of them you can just kind of walk them around, get those muscles a little bit warm. Some of them need a lot more long trotting, slow trotting, whatever, to mentally get them warmed up, cooled down, as the case sometimes is. It's a case-by-case basis on every horse, and it becomes almost a case-by-case basis the first 10 times you take that horse to town, because I can almost promise you the first time you take them to town somewhere to warm them up before an event, figure on spending about double the time you spend at home, because there's so many outside influences, so many other things taking their focus away from you and what you want to do. Here at home, we're on a little bit of a learning curve on that, because where we were out in California, it was a quarter mile to the arena and a quarter mile back to the barn. So you could cruise down to the arena, maybe not have to do very much, but their muscles are warmed up, they're limber, they're good to go, because bottom line, they're athletes also, so they have to be warmed up. Those muscles have to be warmed up and ready to go to keep from having any injury, just like a person would. The cool down part, cool them down to where they feel comfortable and aren't really puffing a lot. You get out here in Texas and Oklahoma with this humidity, and it might take a little longer. There again in California, we had to climb a little bit of a hill back up to the barn quarter mile. We had several of our horse chiropractors tell us that they couldn't believe what good shape our horses were in, and they thought that probably was why, because the little bit of a stretch with that cool down was the only way you got back to the barn. So you just gotta take your time. Remember, they're athletes, and that warm-up period, it's individual to each horse, so you kind of have to play with it and see what works for that particular horse. Some of them need a lot more. Generally, some of your older horses will need a lot more just movement, not trotting or loping, but just movement, just to kind of keep everything loose and going. As if you haven't found out, you will as you age. It's the same thing with us. It takes a little longer to get up and get going in the morning than it used to 20 years ago. But treat them all as individuals, and you can figure out what works for them.